Alright, good evening everybody. I screwed up this whole stream. YouTube settings. So, match is starting in 30 minutes. Okay, so I messed up that stream. If you're just joining, which you are, because I'm just starting, my name's Critic. This is a scrim here between EXO and 6th on Kharkov. I'm just sending a message here to let people know I messed up the stream. Tune in on this action here. Look at EXO taking the next point. Okay, so here we are on this match here on Kharkov, sending messages to everybody in the live chat. Anyway, apologies, let's get oriented. We have Exodus here as the Blueberries, the Axis team, and we have 6th as the Russians, the Raspberries. And you can see here, Kharkov, St. Mary's the midpoint, and check out Exodus capturing Windmill Hillside here. Hopefully there's not a short amount of action. Since the stream just started, as I was just talking to myself for the last 30 minutes, missed a lot of good highlights from the tanks, from Divinity, Match Bump, and others, playing some really nice offense on St. Mary's. And now the Blueberries of Exodus have captured Windmill Hillside. Their airhead comes down to help bolster this push. Dragoon and others with the Red Army moving up. And Dragoon hanging out. It's Warlock. Dragoon remains. Okay, let's take a look at the scoreboard down below. We have Cool leading kills, I think with the SPA, has 49 kills. Divinity, 42 kills with the STG, 44. Splitty Cheeks and DJ Thought follow them. Thief is commanding tonight for Exodus. I'm going to assume Riley is commanding for 6th as they're leading the support score. Bilbo, Warlock, and Cheeks spawn in. This gunfight here in this little house. Tanks moving up. Light tank for the Red Army. Oh, light tank runs over a friendly. 6th have a nice positioning. I would imagine they know that airhead's sitting right there. Maybe that's what the tank's looking for. Cap guns and others trying to hold it off. Airhead goes down to Blue Chew and Deado. Bombers coming in for Exodus. Alright, let's get oriented to the map here. Exodus moving up. Nice blueberry front moving north. Looking to get set up. Russians, check out this nice network of outposts that they have here. Brittle Diddle hanging out on an island. This little hill in front of him with the rocket. Okay. Russians do have a couple tanks over here. They have this IS. They have a light tank setting up here. Almost like a well, it's not an outpost because, you know. But setting up nicely here with this cover with their tanks. Looks like this IS might hang out, work on taking out some infantry, maybe some advancing German tanks. Waiting for the right time. Rocket, nice rocket. Over here by Bildo. Hits the light tank, another rocket. This light tank's not having a good time against this infantry over here. Bildo and company throwing rockets. Another one goes into the light. Splitty getting set up here. The rocket's coming in. Nice positioning with this red army moving up. Divinity moving up with Berkeley. Splitty and Drugs and Nugs, the double machine guns. Throwing lead down range here on the raspberries to the north. Let's check out what's going on over here in this little village. The blueberries trying to move on to Soviet vantage point. Match, bump, moving up on Paney and the Rig Doctor. Rig Doctor gets the first advantage. Paney looking at bump. Bump has two. Bump gets one. Gets two. Double kill for Bump. Doing a nice job staying alive. Keeping control so that Match, his squad lead, can move up. Rig Doctor, Muffin Man. Trying to maintain control of this front door here. It's their friends, Cap Guns, and others. Ooh. Didn't see, I think that was a satchel. Didn't see that. Nice satchel placed by whoever that was. Taking out Bump. Match still moving up with this T-34 coming right at him. Poopy Fish. T-34 seems well aware. And I don't know if you know the Muffin Man, but apparently some people are getting to meet him for the first time here on the front door. Maybe the second or third time, who knows. Doing a nice job playing some defense, keeping this EXO front from moving in onto Soviet vantage point. Louisiana, Oopsie Daisy, and Big Rig. Slowly moving out in the open here. Not a fun assignment out here in the open. All of the cover of the buildings and so on are in the middle and the east side of the map. Looks like there's a lot going on over there at the moment. Let's go check it out. We'll stay over here for a little while. 2 T-34s. Juice, Microphone, and others moving up. As we have 46 minutes remaining in this match between EXO, Exodus, and the 6th. On this scrim here on Kharkov. Apologies again for the stream. Long story short is if you don't click the auto start setting for YouTube Live, your data from OBS doesn't transfer over and the stream never starts. So I know there's a lot of you that are waiting, have been waiting. Apologies. This is, I think, only the 3rd time I've done this for a competitive stream like this. And yeah, still making rookie mistakes. So sorry about that. Still get to catch this last 60 minutes of the match here. As 1 T-34 goes down. Looks like maybe I missed it, but we know that Exodus is probably saying, yay! And Chungus takes down the other one. And this blueberry push by Exodus is looking good. Infantry taking down 2 T-34s all by their own self. Moving up, there's a garrison there in the distance. Likely see it. Blueberry spawn here. Not having fun if you're this 6th squad over here. Definitely pinned down. Good OP placement, but man, it's tough. Just wide open fields trying to push onto all this cover. Ooh. And that was a very nicely placed shot from the artillery there by Exodus. Of course, static artillery cannot destroy outposts unless they change something in an update, and I didn't read it. SPA artillery can. I think another round's going to come down, though, and wipe Deado. Nope. Okay. Seems like Exodus is aware of this OP, though. Now going to move up. Work on it. Was a garrison. They must have taken it out already. Right. Rockets coming down on Bilbo, Arrow, Nemo, Ranger. Subsea. Well, this is a very interesting OP placement for Dragoon and friends. Whittle and Strigo. Sark's working his way across the field, taking on Dragoon. Going for the Gary. Likely sees the Gary, but isn't quite able to make it. It's going to be tough getting into this area here for Exodus. A lot of raspberry setup. We have microphone cuds, tabs, many others. Juice with the machine gun. Getting some fratricide here from the eastern side of the map. There's a lot of blueberries over here though on the front door, making this heavy push straight up the gut into Soviet vantage point. And whoever's on this artillery, cool. It must be cool. Cool's on the SPA. Whoever's on this artillery is really getting some nice shots in on these spawns. I mean, you can see it coming down there, wrecking the infantry. If I'm 6th, I'm punching air right now. Pretty frustrated. Bandit takes another indirect round from the artillery. Constantine and Arrow facing off. Tolkien moving up. Arrow gets the better side of that little fight. Bump hanging out, being cautious with Arrow as they make this front door push. Keel well aware that Artie continues to rein in here. Sitting back there, whoever's on that Artie is just sitting there laughing. Hearing the ting every time he blows somebody to pieces across this map. Bump. Gets kill. Probably telling his friends, okay, now you can shift the Artie, we're moving up. Takes cover wisely. Maybe waiting for the Artie to move, waiting for reinforcements. Blueberries slowly but surely moving their way up into the red territory. Look at this garrison network here for Exodus. 6 garrisons. Nice OP placements all the way across the map. Same for 6th with their OPs. Garrisons here. See at least 3, 4. They have 2 medium tanks over here to the east side. Light tank to the west side. And I believe they take down... looks like a T-34 just went down. Nice job by the Exodus infantry there. So we shift over to this east side. Still a lot of lead flying across the field here between these 2 pockets of infantry. These Soviet tanks out in the open, complementing each other, protecting each other, helping out their infantry, trying to work their way up, hopefully, so that they could capture Windmill Hillside. It's going to be tough, though, with this artillery and this heavy push by the infantry of Exodus. 6th continues to spawn in here, trying to hold the line. Whoever is OP this is, I think it's the Muffin Man, doing the Lord's work. Tell you what, you missed a lot of my good jokes earlier because I messed up the stream, but when we were on St. Mary, we had Divinity, St. Zen, there's a couple other sacred names, all kinds of fun stuff going on, and we missed it. And it's, oh, I apologize for that. And that Artie, man, very nice Artie. Very well placed. Let's see what's going on over here. Still more. Oh, check this out. 6th gets a garrison behind enemy lines, starting to move in on St. Mary. Might be able to swing around here behind Hillside. Let's see. I think Laz is aware of it. Okay. Very nice garrison there. That could cause a lot of problems for Exodus if 6 is able to capture Hillside. Front door push continues. This eastern push continues over here. Here to the west. I think this infantry is going to push with this P4. Let's go take a look at that. We'll follow them in. More firing across the field. Lost Sauce and North Rage. Others. Well, you know, kind of just hanging out, holding the line. Okay. Follow cap guns here. Cap guns trying to get a sneaky little route along this creek bed. Riley, the commander. Riley, yes, is the commander tonight for 6th. Cap guns. Riley with the PPSH. Gets a dirty spray there with the nice SMG of the Red Army. Match still working his way up. Continuing to fight Paney and crew. And look at these blueberries out in the open. Getting hasty. Sin and Shark. Shark moving in, takes on a hectic shot. Rocket's coming in on this T-34 over here. Starting to go in reverse. It's on fire. Struggling. Tiger moving up. Follow the Tiger of, that's a big F, Nebraska and Ginzer here. Could really put in one of the nails in the coffin on this last point for Exodus. Pushing up with these infantry. You can see they're getting more bold, pushing across the field. Tiger, maybe it's used the T-34 now. Let's see. That hill likely in the way. Should make light work of the T-34. Let's see. Tiger dials in, hits the T-34 once. And that T-34, somebody shoots it. Somebody takes it out. And the Tiger and company celebrating here on the front, pushing across the field. All right, Exodus starting to get across. Ooh, started to. It's the furthest I think they've gotten onto this sector here. Because that is a long push. You can look at all this open area you got to push across. And 6th has done a really nice job of being set up here with their MGs, ATs, all the things. Keeping this Blueberry front from getting too much ground. Subsea and St. Zin. Nicely placed OP there by St. Zin. Helping them out. Although they went down initially, here they are clearing the trench. Coming for Juice and company. IS hanging out over here. And this bomber is coming in onto the point. Doesn't look like it's going to get anybody. Exodus looks to clear off these final infantry on their push onto vantage point. Subsea with all of the smokes. Zen, I imagine, looking to quit smoking by making use of Zins. Nevertheless, charges ahead. 6 doing a nice job with defense here. Let's go take a look at the front door. Blueberry's getting into the point. Would that be match? It would be. With Bump and Pappy Berkeley in the trench. Moving up onto the point, all over the point. Trying to clear it off, get cap weight in their favor. Nice aggressive push here by Match and his crew. And all over the front door tonight. Riley, the commander, taking matters into his own hands. However, can't quite make it while he's bandaging. Was waiting for the supplies. Not sure they have a garrison. They do have one. Match and friends looking for it. Likely found it there over by Randleman. Happy Berkeley has a satchel, I imagine. May not need it. We'll see. Bump avenges his buddy. The Rig Doctor. And Dragoon defending the garrison nicely. Lots of back and forth here on the point. Alright, we take a look at the leaderboard. Cool has 109 kills now. Second place being 58 kills by Splitty. You can see how devastating they've been with that artillery. Just wild stuff for Cool. Maybe the MVP. I don't know. Making things happen here for Exodus tonight. Wrecking dudes all over the map. Very nice placement. Maybe getting some good callouts. I don't know. But that artillery of Exodus has been something. Take a look over here again. We can see that the 6th has regained control of the east side. And this garrison that they had here, we missed it, but it's gone. And that push to the rear is, well, is no more. Nice line for the Blueberries. Look at these OPs. Look at these 2 lines of garrisons. Exodus set up nicely on this assault. Of course, about 28 minutes left. All they really have to do is hold out, but I imagine they want to get the 5-0. Because who doesn't want a 5-0? Things getting hot and heavy over here in the creek bed. Bilbo, Laz, Ghost, Cap Guns. Coming up. Okay, despite that nice push by Match and his crew, it appears as though the 6 was able to stall it out. P4 takes a rocket. Blueberries need to start again back here on this front door push. Not in a bad position. They had nice initiative, almost had the garrison. Maybe would have ended the match right then and there, but hard to do with just 3 or 4 dudes. They did make it look easy, however. Vengeance and the FG-42 having some fun on the front door. An arrow. MP-40 in it. Gets 2. Keel spraying. Arrow reloads. Oh, gets 3. Arrow needs to reload. Microphone throws a grenade. Everybody's panicking. The microphone gets it. Tolkien looks like he's finished riding the Hobbit, coming up here looking for a ring. Maybe. Ooh, microphone. I imagine not the first time dying to cool, but still. These raspberries cannot be having a good time here. Constantly getting blown up here on this front door push. Divinity and others moving up on this flank. Dump. Trying to get some flanking fire here. Alright. As we were watching, Exodus manages to get across the field, get some control on the east side. Look at him moving here across this, I think it's called oil fields. Might have it wrong. Look at them gaining control. SPA fire coming in. There's no SPA fire. Anyway, you get the idea. Subsea's coming up. I think this blueberries just want to keep up the pressure over here. They can start to wrap around here on the east side. Get it on the right side. They do have some help with that tiger there in the distance on fire. Likely moving back to... get some repairs. But again, Exodus doing a nice job with this blue line pushing. 6th spearheading it there over on the west side with this recon tank. That recon tank's all over the place. There it is. Causing some distractions and mayhem, and this is, I believe, unless we miss something, the best push that the 6 has had on this front door since falling back. So they're looking good here. Microphone gets bumped. Hot shot, Randleman working their way up on Tolkien and Match. And look at the way that this line is shifting southwest to northeast. East side's doing a nice job for Exodus. West side's doing a nice job for 6th. Exodus, not necessarily any reason to panic, not in any sort of bad shape at the moment, as they are defending Windmill nicely. But this raspberry push of the 6th is looking good here on the front door of their own point. Bump gets a double kill. And the raspberries over here also looking nice. Pushing up. Mowing down some blueberries. Look at this nice line, this nice spacing. Gaining some advantage here on the east side. So both teams looking to wrap. Or on the west side, I'm sorry. Both teams looking to wrap here. A lot of blueberries spawn over on this factory. Trying to bolster up this front door again. Not a whole lot going on for 6th on the front door at the moment. Already continuing to rain down in the same area. Cuds, it's Arrow. Bumping Cuds. Saying, hey, how you doing? I know you're there, you know I'm here. Let's wait for our friends to show up, help us out. Now, this Tiger's been a big help for this Axis push here on the east side. Mostly been holding their own out in the open. Earlier faced off with that T-34 in the distance. As you can see, they are no more. The Tiger, what is this? 3 rep stations here for the Tiger. Some very nice friends there. Helping them out. Exodus doing a nice job taking care of their own armor. Looks like there's an IS over here for the Soviets. There is. Also getting some help by some friends. 3 rep stations next to the garrison. Gotta get by with a little help from your friends. Take a look at the kill count. Cool with 120 kills now. Leads in the defensive score. Noah with almost 1,400 combat score. Riley, the commander of 6, leads with support. Almost 4,000 support. And 3,200 support for Thief, the commander of this Exodus team. Let's see what's happening here with this Tiger. Maybe not terribly worried, however. It's a T-34 rolling up here with the IS. Maybe they're going to try to have some fun with the Tiger. Things seem to have stalled out a bit here on the west side. 6 still pushing hard, working their way to this garrison. Looks like maybe they're gonna get it. Oopsie daisy. Let's head over there. They take out the garrison. Getting some more. Whoa, didn't mean to do that. Getting some more momentum here. Push on the west. Falling back a little bit. Let's see. Panzer IV here near the front. Okay, nice job taking out the garrison. Looks like Exodus still has control of the west here. Panzer IV rolling up. Let's check it out. With sunshiny end beef stroganoff and North Rage. Moving up with Shark and their P4. Front door push continues to be more of the same, just a slaughter. Meat grinder, of course, as people call it. Match, Bump, Tolkien, and Poopy Fish enjoying themselves. Poopy Fish sending it. Going against a whole platoon here. Tai Long jumps the fence. Sees him there. Ends the hopes and dreams of that sneaky move. The 6th really committing hard on this front door push. Basically pinned down over here to the east with these blueberries getting control. Line is starting to falter a bit. So they're starting to, as I like to say, battle of the budget. You get to the point where maybe you get desperate, maybe you get frustrated, whatever it is. Your line starts to fall apart. All your people just send it up the middle, doing a Battle of the Bulge move. If you're not familiar with the Battle of the Bulge, it's basically what the Axis did in, I think, Belgium, right? Where they got frustrated. They were sick of being stalled out. They wanted to send it back, so they attacked the Allied front with everything they had right up the gut. Pushed so hard, some of their guys got cut off, their tanks ran out of gas, and that was the end of the fight for them. So similar things can happen here in Hell Let Loose. You send everything up the front, up the middle, looks good at first, get deep into the lines, and then you get flanked, everybody dies, the push stalls out, and then sometimes you're in a world of hurt when that happens. So they are pushing pretty strongly up the gut, regaining some control up here. This T-34 is moving up, on fire. Maybe also trying to get aggressive here. There's about 14 minutes left here in this match. 6th. Wouldn't say getting desperate, but wanting to get much more aggressive here. Try to make something happen if there's any hope of winning this match. T-34 goes down. Nice shooting there by some tank that I don't see. Oh, it's an AT gun by Travian Striker. Nice shooting. Taking it down. Blueberries take advantage now that the armor's down, moving up. Now, if you're bored this weekend, there's some nice off-season competitive league action going on. It is the semifinal for all 3 divisions. 4 teams remain in each division. I'm not going to try to remember all the teams, but if you're interested, join the OSCL Discord, check it out. All the match times are in there. I will be streaming on Saturday night, tomorrow night, beginning at 10 p.m. if I have my memory correct. I'll be streaming GOAT and... no, not GOAT. I will be streaming PZLD and 3 LPZ, taking each other on Omaha Beach. Winner of that goes to the final to take on the winner between GOAT and the Dog Division. This is Division 3, Division 1. I know that Dark Horse and S7 are taking each other on. I can't remember the other teams, but check it out. Lots of good matches this weekend. Saturday and Sunday. Next week is the finals. And again, that's the off-season competitive league, OSCL. Look at this Soviet push here. IS coming. AT gun gets one shot. It does ricochet. Let's see. I don't think that, does the IS know that they're there? Definitely. Okay, nice shot by the IS. Taking out the AT gun there for Exodus. T-34's watching the rear of the IS. These infantry move up, maybe trying to satchel it. It's going to be tough with this T-34 watching the rear. Artie's coming in. Everything's blowing up. Tank goes down. Airhead's coming down. It is getting wild down here as everybody is dying. Hectic shock coming in. Airhead did come down. I believe it's already been blown up. Blueberries take out the recon tank, and because I missed it earlier, with these two tanks here, we'll get the Yay! For the Exodus team there. Lockdown, Wilco, and Waffen. Holding their ground. Subsea's coming around with a satchel, I imagine. Doesn't quite make it. Rockets flying all over the place around this T-34. The 6th Infantry doing what they can to protect the tank. Holding it down. Let's take a look at the map. More of the same. More of the same. The line holds. Heavy front door push again by 6th here. 10 minutes remaining. If there's any hope of winning the game, the 6th needs to start capturing Windmill Hillside with at least the 4-minute mark. 2 minutes per point. They need to capture 2 points to win. 4 minutes, so they have about 5.5 minutes to make it happen. Looks like that's what they're shooting for here. T-34 trying to cover the infantry, pushing across the field. It's going to be a tough push. Hectic shot. No comms. Working their way up. Hectic shot. Working on repairing the T-34, who's taking a lot of rockets. Nemo Ranger may be coming in to finish it off. Not quite. There is somebody. Let's see who that is if they hit this tank here. Not just a little short. Off in the distance, they're firing rockets. Subsea. Maybe got a satchel, trying to be a sneaky snake in the grass. It's going to be a tough one. I believe I was calling this a T-34, and it's an IS. You get the idea. Here we are, this IS taking shots. Whoever this is over here firing rockets, Chungus, and his friend, who's the other one? Brittled Little. Some of them having some really nice rocket shots. Some are ricochets like that one, but good accuracy nonetheless. IS taking shots still from P4 in the distance. Nice shot for them. And the IS goes down. The armor of Exodus proving to be superior. A lot of good armor action on this match. Of course, it's a pretty open match, so it's a armored player's dream, tanker's dream. So far, with the help of their infantry, Exodus getting the better of the Soviet 6 team's armor. As we cross the 7-minute mark, 6 needs to start capping the next point within the next 3 minutes if there's any hope. Another IS over here. Ooh, Peace Strike misses. As it backs up, Commander Wad repairing the tank. 6 starting to wrap a little bit. Getting some momentum with 1, 2 tanks. Maybe really gonna send it here. Maybe. On this flank. More shots coming in on this IS. From T4 over there, maybe? Maybe somebody set up a nice anti-tank gun. There's one here. It might be that anti-tank here with Travi in the distance. About 5 minutes remain. 1 minute until Exodus can call it a dub. IS taking more rounds on the P4 here. Doing some nice shooting as well as Travi, I believe. Travi. With the AT gun. Oh. Very nice setup. Fire on the IS, and I think maybe did he take it out with that shot? Oh, still there. Okay. "30 seconds until we have a clear winner. 6th. Moving heavily here on the front door. They did do a nice job of that here in the last maybe 15-20 minutes. Gaining some ground back, however, it's going to be too late for them, as Exodus is going to claim the win here for this scrim. So again, both teams practicing, trying to learn some things, trying to get their strats correct. Here with 6 and Exodus taking each other on here in Kharkov. Not sure what's in store for them for their next matches. Maybe they're preparing for a league match. I don't know, I didn't ask. But Exodus here, for what it's worth, will win the scrim as they capture 4 points and get the dub.
Yay!
Both commanders looks like they did a great job supporting their teams. Riley with a 4,600 support score, Thief with 3,900. Cool with 133 kills, Cheeks with 86, Capguns 81, Divinity 80, and the Rig Doctor 76. So a nice 90-minute match here. Again, apologies I missed the first 30 minutes. Due to my mistake, but we captured the last 60 minutes here, so appreciate you joining. Let's watch this final 3 minutes and call it a night. Nice shot by Bildo. The Blueberry's not too worried for this last little bit. We'll go watch this heavy fighting on the front door. All kinds of wild stuff going on. Striker sending it. Adrenaline also sending it. Devastating artillery continues. Striker and Match moving up. Striker, I think, also eats a shell of artillery there. Okay. Remaining. Russian rockets coming in on the point. All right. So again, congrats to Exodus winning this match here against the 6th. Check out what action is in store for the off-season competitive league semifinals this weekend, and I believe Summit is starting soon in the next couple weeks. I don't know the exact date. I should know, but be on the lookout for Summit. Be on the lookout for the end of OSCL. And it should be a fun summer. So take a look at the leaderboard here at the end. Cool, with 140 kills. A lot of big numbers there. 90-minute match tends to happen. So nice job, both teams. I'm sure they learned a lot. Thanks for having me stream. Apologies again for the mistake. Hope you all have a good night. And maybe I'll see you this weekend if you join me for my match. Well, not my match. A match I'm going to stream between PZLD and 3LPZ. So thanks again. Have a good night, and I'll see you next time.